Good morning, everybody. Actually, it's the afternoon, and I'm filming this video on a rainy day in my new little apartment. It is getting so close to being done. I'm really excited to be in this space. Look how cute this is. Today's video, I thought I would talk about confidence and how through hiking boosted my self-confidence and kind of enabled me to dream big and then go after my dreams. When I grew up kind of insecure and unsure of myself to the point of dropping out of college the first time, and backpacking and through hiking and getting into the mountains has just made such a big positive impact on my life, and specifically in self-confidence. And so I wanted to make this video encouraging you guys to get out and through hike because one of the most beautiful benefits is gaining self-confidence. So yeah, I'm gonna make some tea and then sit and have a chat with you guys. During my very first extended trip in the wilderness, I learned that I could do it. What do I mean? Well, I mean that I gained self-confidence to try new things, to start from where I am, and to be willing to grow through the struggles of not being good at something or feeling insecure. That was back in 2013 when I worked on a backcountry trail crew for the California Conservation Corps and AmeriCorps. I haven't talked about it too much in my videos, so if you've been around for a long time, you might know that I did a 6-month season doing trail work, but if not, it could be news to you. It's probably the coolest thing I have ever done, including compared to my through hikes. Though those come close, and those are just totally uniquely themselves, and it's hard to compare. But during that season, I lived in the woods and did not leave the woods for 5.5 months. I lived in my tent with 15 other people who were also doing trail work. Our food came up on mules, and we had a backcountry cook, and she prepared all of our meals for us, and we worked on the trail Monday through Friday. On the weekends, we got to go backpacking and peak mountains, and it was just such an incredible season. It was also incredibly challenging. I worked in the Trinity Alps wilderness, where you're like in any wilderness area in the US, you're not allowed to use power tools or like motorized tools. So for all of our trail work, we used like hand tools. So I learned how to use like big giant crosscut saws and double jacks and like double bits. It's like all these different like lumberjack, lumberjane, mountain man, mountain woman tools, and it was awesome, but it was so hard, and we didn't have any technology out there. We just communicated using snail mail, which would come up with the mules with the food once a week. So we would send letters once a week, and we would receive letters once a week, and that was it. There was no cell phones, no Instagram, no TikTok, nothing, like nothing electronic except for our headlamps. And like cameras. I don't know if the program is still run that way. Like I find it hard to believe, like hard to imagine that it would still be like no phones, but it's very possible. I mean, we wouldn't have had service anyways. So anyways, I completed that backcountry trail season. I felt like if I could do that, I can do anything. And it turns out that the year before I did that, I had dropped out of college and I lost my scholarship, and I was like working at Starbucks and riding my bike all the way there because like my car had broken down and life was a bit of a struggle. But then I went away and I did that backcountry trail season, and I came back and I was like just a different person. Like I really learned that I could do it. I learned that like figure out what the first step is and take everything one step at a time. And then I did that. And so I ended up going back to school pretty shortly after that to study math, and with the plan of teaching high school math. I was tutoring at a high school while I was back to school in the math program, and that high school hired me when I graduated with my math degree to teach high school math. I taught Algebra 2 and Geometry at a high school in St. Augustine, Florida. And it just felt so amazing. Like the math, like getting my math degree was also very, very challenging for me. And it wasn't as challenging as like a writing program would have been, because I used to have like really big insecurities surrounding writing, and that was kind of part of why I dropped out initially. And so math was like a really good fit, and I found belonging, but I really had to dig into the confidence that I gained in the wilderness to complete my degree successfully. And gaining confidence is kind of like another reason that 5 years later I decided to attempt the Pacific Crest Trail. I felt like I wanted another outdoorsy challenge. I wanted another extended trip in the woods. Like I wanted to be in the woods for another 5 months. In the mountains and the desert and like everything, and through hiking just kind of appeared, and it was like, oh, maybe this is how I'm going to do that, even though I know it's going to be the hardest thing ever. And I don't know, I felt like I had already proved myself in the woods after doing that like backcountry trail work season. And so when I first thought about through hiking, I was like, no, I'll never do that because I've already, pushed my limits outside, and I didn't feel like I needed to or would want to again, or like, do something that hard again. But then, I don't know, just with the ebb and flow of life, the PCT just kind of knocked down my door, and I was like, I have to do this. And it was a good time in life, and all of the stars kind of aligned for me to be able to get out there and through hike the PCT. And again, I learned I can do it. Like I just gained so much confidence, and it's interesting that that's like a lesson that I keep having to learn again and again. But it's not surprising, I guess. I do feel like it's easy not to have confidence. I haven't heard anyone else talk about the fact that doing a thru hike, you gain a lot of confidence in yourself. And it's one of the most magical things about thru hiking that you take away. I mean, you ask someone why are they on a thru hike, and no one's ever like, because I want to gain confidence in myself. But I can guarantee that most thru hikers finish with a strong sense of accomplishment, a strong sense of self-confidence because of that accomplishment. And so if you're considering doing a thru hike, I think that you should do it. And if you're worried about the confidence to even try to do a thru hike, I actually want to make another video all about that. So be on the lookout for a video on confidence to attempt a thru hike, because this video is all about the confidence you gain after completing a thru hike, and like why. So why do we gain confidence in ourselves after doing a thru hike? And I think there are quite a few reasons. And so I'm just kind of gonna go through a bunch of them and maybe land on the ones I think are most important. So you're setting mini goals every day on trail. Okay, I need to wake up and I put all my stuff away. I need to pack up and get hiking. There's a goal checked off. I need to get to this water source and fill up my water. There's a goal checked off. I need to get all of these miles in and get to the next shelter, or to my next tent site, or to the next hostel. There's another goal that you accomplished in that day. So having lots of mini goals that are so tangibly working toward this really, really big goal, I think instills in us, like, at least it instilled in me, that one step at a time can really get you anywhere. Okay, next, I think, like, when you're doing something hard, you learn that you can do hard things. And that gives you confidence, because it's like you see that mountain and it's like, I can't climb up there. I'm not strong enough. I'm too weak. I'm too tired. I'm scared. I'm all alone. I'm too busy. You know, or like tons of different reasons for you to not climb the mountain. But on a thru hike, you're just climbing it. You have no choice. You're doing the hard thing, you know? It's raining. Well, unless you're near a road, you're gonna hike in it, you know? You're gonna put your rain jacket on and you're gonna hike, and you're gonna do the hard thing. And you're gonna learn that you can do it. You can do the hard thing. You also really get to know yourself as you test your limits and explore what you can handle, what you can't handle, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses, how are you growing, how are you attempting to grow, how are you trying to grow in your strengths and weaknesses. Figuring that stuff out is such a boost of confidence. And I don't know if we get the opportunity to discover that in normal life. When are you gonna find out how far you can push yourself physically? When are you gonna find out how far you can push yourself physically? Except for on a thru hike. And then when you find that out, it's just like, there's so much confidence in knowing yourself. And as you get to know yourself and build that confidence, you also start believing in yourself. So it's like, okay, now I know and believe that I can make it up that mountain. I might not want to, because it's gonna be hard, or it's rainy, or it's slick, or it's buggy, or it's windy, or maybe you do want to get up there because it's sunny and beautiful and wonderful and warm with a nice breeze. Now you can, like, you believe that you can. And believing in yourself over and over and over as you do the hard thing, it's just like sowing confidence right into your heart, you know, right into your being. And I think that is also a testament to, if you can handle through the challenges of thru hiking, you can handle almost anything. And I guess the last one I kind of want to mention is just that you feel proud of yourself. And that is something that nobody can take away. And feeling that pride and that accomplishment and that treasure of like enduring like the hardest thing you've ever done. Just like I have felt so confident in myself because of like accomplishing a thru hike, accomplishing what I set out to do. It's just such a wonderful feeling. It feels so good. And when I'm doing something challenging in normal life, like even when I'm in a yoga class and the pose is like really tough and I'm sweating and I'm shaking and I'm about to fall out, and it's just like I can remind myself like I've done harder things than this. This moment's gonna pass. You can do it. I can do it. With time, I fall less and less in yoga. I keep trying. I get stronger and stronger, and it's all because I've built up this confidence in thru hiking and in accomplishing that big goal, and then having this deep sense of like pride and joy in my hard work and in the support of the community and in the generosity of life and air and water and food that, and my legs and my breath and everything that helped me get from Georgia to Maine, from Mexico to Canada, from Mexico to Colorado-ish, and you know, some other pieces in there on the CDT. But I wanted to highlight all these ways that thru hiking will boost your self-confidence, because I think that you can't make your dreams a reality without self-confidence. And I couldn't have accomplished so many of my dreams without my time in the wilderness and my time thru hiking. And I hope that if you have a thru hike coming up, look forward to feeling so confident in yourself after you finish the trail. And if something happens and you're not able to finish the trail, and say you only get a small section done, and for whatever reason you're not able to do the whole thing, I still think that you can take away self-confidence from your trip. It's a little different, but those mini goals I was talking about that you're achieving every day, those are real too. It's not easy to go backpacking even one night, you know, to climb even one mountain. And so wherever you are with your thru hiking journey or your backpacking journey, just know that you can just build so much confidence if you let yourself build it, I guess. Like, this is hard for me to explain, I guess, but if you'd like to share in the comments how you've built confidence and self-confidence through your time outside, through hiking and in the wilderness, in any sort of activity like that, please let me know down in the comments below. Okay, so that is all I have to say about using thru hiking to build your self-confidence. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!